Biofuel project is set to begin in 3 months' time. Biofuels International says it's investing $174 million in an ambitious project set to reduce our national dependency on diesel fuel by 50% in 4 years' time.
It's a $174 million biofuel project that now has the backing of the Department of Energy and the Naitasiri Provincial Council. The project was introduced to the media today by Tim Gibbons and two other local investors that includes Kable and Frank Eggleton. The major investors include a Dennis Hopkins, who according to this prepared brief is an American-based Biofuels International investor, and the technology is owned by an Australian-based Rod Miller from Evergreen Fuels. Both were listening via mobile phones during the press conference. What the project entails on this. In the next 3 years, Biofuels International hopes to use more than 100 hectares planting Pongemia's plant. Its seeds will be used as biofuel, commercially known as Karanji oil.
We have a non-edible food crop that will impose absolutely no liability on the country of Fiji at all, as far as it's pro-poor. And what I mean by pro-poor is it's pro-farmer, and it's not going to put us in a situation to where that we're competing for staple food items for fuel for food, or food for fuel.
So what's in it for farmers?
In Pongemia's situation, the farmers will have an extra advantage in that the company will be supplying the inputs. They won't have to borrow any money, so therefore they won't have to pay it back. But that's the prime principle, is the farmer farming his own land with his own experience, so that he takes ownership of it, and then he produces the product and he's got the market for it. It's not rocket science, but it's very difficult to implement. I've had 40 years in the agricultural development field, and I know that this is nearly the only successful case worldwide where we've managed to implement it.
Well, the farmers maintained their own land. We planted the trees for them. We guaranteed them a return on on the trees that they were growing.
The Department of Energy is now facilitating the project.
It's a big investment for this country, especially the way it has come about. You know, we are free riding. This country is free riding on these people's initiative and willingness to assist us.
And Naitasiri is expected to be the first province to take advantage on what's being offered.
There's plenty of land, but as long as the proposal is good and what's good for them and how we put it across to them is ideal and good, I'm sure the thing will take off.
Biofuels are projecting the project should be up and running in 2 months' time. Sikis Mbolera, One National News.